Alrighty, boys, we are live. Get rid of that. Oh dear, what have I done? Right, couple of Deathknights today. You have to just bear with me. I am currently doing a talent tree of the second Deathknight. My favourite streamer is back. Buzzing! My favourite viewer is back. Buzzing. Right, so if what's my character called? Sorry. What is it you're doing today? Currently right now, I am recreating this Deathknight talents onto this Deathknight talents, so now I can play them both the same. So obviously we got dual spec on the second Deathknight, not on the first one. So put that there. Put that there, that there, that there. Bone shield. Cool down gargoyle we need. Scourge strike. Anti-magic shell. I didn't know we had that, but there it is. Will that be easy for me? Yeah. Yeah, it probably will. Just means that you do more damage and stuff as well, so. Right. Should be faster. And if I get jumped or anything in PvP, then I could be more prepared for that as well. Best way to get up there, probably walk up the ramp. Yes, I did like love this. I just autopilot person. Pretty autopilot, to be fair. I'm still in the area that I've been doing on my other characters, so pretty much just gonna mong and repeat what I've already done. But gotta be done, hasn't it? So, and this isn't gonna be as active PvP wise either, because this is a massively alliance dominated server. There's not gonna be any horde around for me to even start fights with, so not gonna be fun that way either. But yeah, hopefully it's just fast, efficient leveling. Get these guys leveled up pretty quick. Then we can start actually playing the game. Get some high level stuff. Like, I think the Deathknight characters for me are more, obviously, one to be played as Blood, as a tank, the other to be played as DPS. More than likely just for raids. Yeah, it's going to be a grind today. Not really much fun, really. It's a bit of a slog, but necessary. But yeah, I think these characters are probably going to be good for raids and stuff. I don't think massive amounts of PvP on them, unless we transfer our other characters over to here. But the Priest and Rogue, I do want to do quite a bit of PvP on those guys, because yeah, I think Priest and Rogue PvP is good fun. Dungeons will be, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, with a tank in the group, it will be definitely good fun. Oh, I feel weak on this character now. Definitely doesn't have the ability to destroy stuff. Genuinely, my favourite combos for PvP, whether it's 2v2 or 3v3 or even Battlegrounds and whatever else, or even World PvP, always includes a Priest and a Rogue. Basically, the three characters I like are Priest, Rogue, and Mage. Like, you can play any of those three as a 2v2 combo, and they'd be absolutely amazing as well. Like, you can play Priest Mage, Priest Rogue, Rogue Mage. Like, it's just, yeah, perfect every time. But the way I like to play the game anyway. Genuinely, I've come back better. Like, yeah. Like, the character as well is very strong. Obviously, there's a couple of changes. I'm not sure if you may have even noticed as such. But like, the energy regen on the Rogue, instead of going up in staggered amounts, it actually goes up smoothly now. It just makes playing the Rogue so much smoother and nicer. Yeah, I think this is going to be a brilliant expansion to play a Rogue. And I know Priest gets massive improvements as well, whether it's Shadow or Discipline or whatever. What do I need to do here? Harpoon Master. This guy just healed for like a shitload. Alright. So much stronger and smoother, that's what I mean, like... It'll feel strong, because obviously the first area of an expansion is tailored towards leveling players. It's just going to feel strong. But just the way it plays is just so much smoother. It's definitely the thing with Rogue, I genuinely believe it's the hardest character to play. I'll take that back, right? It's probably one of the easiest characters to play. Probably one of the hardest characters to be really good at. We can get her a lunchbox. I assume you've seen one that you like in particular. Deathknight is definitely a slower pace than the Rogue. I genuinely think you should try Frost Deathknight as a dual wield spec. It'll be a lot more up pace, if you know what I mean. You'll see lots of numbers on your screen. What I've seen looks expensive. Yeah, normally the case, right?
What can I do for you? Safe travel.
Your guy's literally like 2 kills off leveling up. Seems like a good idea for days out. Yeah, of course, yeah. Because we do take little tubs of fruit and stuff for her anyway, don't we? So yeah. So lunchbox, good idea. We'll find her one. Might end up with like a bluey one or something. All these harpoon guns are taken. Bloody hell, bless me. Alright, that was easy. What's this area we've got to do? To be fair, we're quite early in. Like you see, we've done that one. Well, we're still on that one small island on the right over there. Then yeah, on the other characters, we've pretty much finished it. I reckon on these characters we'll probably get to 70, level 70. Just in this area on these guys.
See you soon. What's on your mind? Keep your feet on the ground.
Got that leveled up. Yeah, bit rubbish. Very rubbish. Yeah, we didn't achieve much on these guys. If you remember, we just did the bloody pigeon quests, and that was about it, really. The whole area again. Yeah, well, gotta do what we gotta do, don't we? Trying to do my bit anyway.
Greetings. For the Alliance. Light be with you. For the Alliance.
That's that side all done. I'm gonna head. I'm gonna go left over here now. I do look forward to playing this game properly. It's going to be really cool. Yeah. I think on our other characters, we should maybe do it the other way around. I might have to borrow some gold off you and get dual spec on the priest. Maybe we do. So we have the quest for Guardkeep, which obviously that's the dungeon. So yeah, that would be pretty cool to do. Might be able to get some gear out of that kind of stuff. Or whatever blue gear we get right now is probably a good upgrade. Considering our epic gear is only the first tier stuff of the last expansion. Yes, it's good. But yes, we are going to replace it pretty soon as well. Yeah, I hope we can play some tonight. Do I have dual spec on my rogue? No. No. No, we don't have much gold at the minute between us. The reason I was suggesting my priest is so that I could actually heal. Otherwise we'd be looking for dungeons as double DPS. Whereas I've done it on your Deathknight, because your Deathknight is tank spec. So you've got tank spec and a damage spec. Whereas I've just got a damage spec on mine.
Watch your back.
Whereas obviously if we do dual spec on my priest, that can then heal.
Great to meet you. See you soon.
Or we could just try and do dungeons later as double damage, to be fair. That'd be quite fun as well.
I've the finest wares in the land. What can I do for you? Keep your feet on the ground.
Yeah, yours would literally be another damage spec, yeah. Same with my Deathknight. If I did a dual spec, it'd just be another spec that does the same thing that my spec that I've got does anyway.
Talk to me.
Talk to me.
Watch your back. You got my attention. Watch your back.
You could even try assassination spec on your rogue. It's actually the best single target damage spec during Wrath of the Lich King. There's another option for you, for your rogue. Wouldn't be the best for leveling though. It's more of a build up poison and bleed spec, if you know what I mean. Lots of damage over time, like kind of stuff whilst we're leveling sort of dies before it's able to do its damage.
Shalaska, visitor. Oh, you have my attention.
You have my attention. Just tried to play both characters at once, so it didn't really work out too good, not gonna lie. Assassination does not get Shadow Step, no. Shadow Step's so cool to play with though, right? then I'm not interested. Yeah, it plays different to the other ones, but yeah, who knows? Like, you're just right. Obviously, sub-spec has Shadow Step. Then, combat spec has Killing Spree. Obviously, Blade Flurry, Adrenaline Rush, all that kind of stuff. All cool stuff. Assassination kind of has whatever. Shadow Step is goat. Can't argue. Oh, I just thought of something. Right. I need to level the mage. This was the expansion was when Deep Freeze was a thing. Like the Deep Freeze ability that was available in Battle of the Lich King was insane. Basically, a mage could stun people and kill them whilst they were stunned, which is just invited these guys because they're gonna be sat around waiting for the quest for years otherwise. How do you uninvite people? Get those guys out of the group. Find it streaming. It's. I find it weirdly more productive to stream. I find if I'm, say, I'm playing WoW or whatever else, off stream, then I'll sort of half-ass play it, if you know what I mean. Whereas if I'm on stream, I have to play it. If that makes any sense. So anyway, it keeps me more focused on what I'm actually doing. Which, whether that's productive for my stream or not, it's productive for my gameplay. Oops, traded myself by accident. I think that's good. I'm not 100% sure. Fuck it. Where'd you feel like next week? Exactly. Exactly, I've been doing nothing at all, really, wouldn't I? So. I'm dead here. I didn't die. What have you got? What do you mean? Oh, just tapped out my game. I'm about to get us both killed, I think. Playing Metro. How's Metro going? Metro's one of them games, I know it's cool. I've never actually sat and like played it as such, if you know what I mean. Like, I have played it. But I've not played it. There's a few games like Metro that I've always been like almost meaning to play, if you know what I mean. Like this Metro. BioShock series is another one, very similar to that. What do I do in the story connect so much? Another game like that as well is what's the space one called? Space horror game. Mass Effect? You get all them sort of. You see what I mean? They're all similar in a way that they're shooter games with like a series. And I was mean to play them because I know they are good, but I think it's because maybe they are a series. I actually ended up finishing the first BioShock, so I have given that a good go at least. Seems like a pattern with those series kind of games. Like they always start off well, get progressively worse, and then they eventually die off. Even things like Gears of War and Halo start off brilliant. Like maybe the first couple of games, maybe trilogy or whatever, but then anything after that is just, what are you doing? They tend to try too hard to milk the dead horse, if you know what I mean. Same with like Call of Duty, to be fair. Like Call of Duty had a good few games in them. You enjoyed the first? Yeah, I did. I really enjoyed the first BioShock. Yeah. I even started playing the second one, if I remember right. He plays the Big Daddy dude. I don't think I got massively far on that. Even with the first BioShock though, I've obviously played it, I've finished it, I still don't understand any of it. I don't know what's going on, I don't know why anything's happening, I don't know. This is all weird. Which I understand it's supposed to be weird and strange and have a weird atmosphere to it and stuff like that, but yeah, I'm still confused about what the game was actually supposed to be. I think I do like the aesthetic of the game. I think the whole thing looks cool. Yeah, I didn't really get into the second one. Yeah, yeah. I think I'm understanding it right then. Just the whole creepy vibe of everything. I do like it. I do like the atmosphere and the aesthetic of the game. I did find that very cool. There's a few games like that. I think, to be honest, what's it called? Borderlands is another one of them games. Like, yes, I know it's good, and yes, I played it, and I enjoy it. I've never finished any of them, though. I've never actually finished a Borderlands game at all.
How are ya? Off with you. What can I do for ya? Off with you.
Again, a similar game again. I played the first Rage. Again, got halfway through the game, stopped playing it. No reason. I really enjoyed it. I just, yeah, just stopped playing things like that. Same with like Fallout. I've never actually played a Fallout game. I like the idea of that kind of game. I don't know. I think it's a Bethesda thing as well. I don't get on too well with Bethesda games for some reason. I just find their whole system for stuff very strange. Doesn't quite appeal to me.
Interest ya in a pint?
I think it was just back in the day I couldn't stand the clunkiness of Oblivion.
Interest ya in a pint? Be good.
Hello. Safe travels. You need something? Safe travels.
Well, that's it. We were both playing Borderlands 2 and Borderlands 3 together at one point. And we just never bothered with them. I remember we bought Borderlands 3 and didn't play it for ages. Then eventually we did finally play it, enjoyed it for one night, and then got over it pretty quick. But for one night it was fun. It was really fun. I think we both intended to go back onto the game the next day, we just didn't. That got scary. Always just end up on WoW. I don't think we did at that time. I might be wrong, I don't know. Just press all my buttons wrong then. Yeah, you're not wrong there. It's hard for me to put time into another game as well as this. I think with WoW though, like when we've got a subscription going and we're paying for it, it's sort of one of them. I do feel obligated to play it and try and achieve as much as I possibly can on it. Especially when we are so limited for time and whatever else. Pretty sure in 2 days, the 26th, Wrath of the Lich King would have been out for a month already, right? Which is pretty nuts.
Hey there. See you later.
How are you? Be good.
Hey there. See you around.
What's on your mind? You got my attention. See you soon. Hi. Watch your back.
Welcome. See you soon. Interest young a pine?
Yeah, that's it. Like even now, I'm sat here putting the grind in, which I don't mind. It's part of the game. I like that part of the game too. Leveling is really cool. I don't really think any game other than this, even MMOs that I can think of, do leveling right. Like, it feels like an achievement to have leveled a character up. Oh wow. Like, we've put that much time and effort into our characters that are our level 70 characters, so they don't actually have any sort of relevance to the current expansion, but we still feel like we've put a lot of time and effort into those particular characters. We almost don't know how to say it. Slash raise. We've almost got like a connection to that character, because yeah, the amount of time and effort you put into that, it's almost like that's the thing. It's potentially the thing with these Deathknights, because they start at level 55 anyway. We've only gone through, what, 69 now, call it 70, that's 15 levels. Doing 15 levels on a character, you're not going to have the same, you're not going to care for this character the same you would say as your rogue. The amount of time and effort that's been put into your rogue, to play it, to learn it, to look after it, to take care of it, to get gear for it, to do raids on it, it's one of those. Whereas your Death Knight, you haven't done that at all, really. So I don't imagine you to really give a shit for your Death Knight. So what I mean, like, if you don't play your rogue, you feel like you're wasting the time that you have spent on your rogue already. I get it all the time. I can level up 300 different characters on World of Warcraft, but my original priest is the one that I always end up going back to, and thinking, well, this is the one that I've gone through everything with. This is the one that I want to get the gear on. This is the one I want to do the raids on. This is the one I want to do the PvP on. This is the one I want to do play the game with, basically. There's only ever been a couple of times where I have spent any sort of time on different characters. During the Warlords of Draenor, I played a rogue. I joined a guild and raided as a rogue full time, very successfully. But again, any sort of PvP I did during that expansion was done on my priest, because I leveled my priest as my secondary character. So any sort of PvP was done as Disciplined Priest, even then. Again, during... what expansion would have been? Not Cataclysm. Miss Pandaria, I actually leveled my mage first. I got that to level, what was it, 90? Or 85? 90? Whatever it was. 90 it would have been for Mr. Pandaria. Leveled that first to 90. Straight away after that, I literally got that to level 90. I leveled my priest straight afterwards. Then I played my priest for the rest of the expansion. Didn't even touch my mage. Like, at all. Didn't even touch it. In expansion am I thinking? Legion? I stuck with the raiding guild that I had for Warlords of Draenor expansion. So we're going to continue into the next expansion after that. I didn't level my rogue. I played mage, fire mage. I thought it's something new. I've never played a mage as fire before. I always played him as frost. It was just, I found frost cooler, but no. In that particular expansion, fire was awesome. I really enjoyed that. But again, I leveled my priest as well as a secondary character for PvP again. So what I'm saying is, yeah, you'll probably level other characters and you'll play other characters whatever else. But I think at this point you'll have a bit of attachment to your rogue to the point where where the hell did the guy go that I put all the dots on? Oh. That is a buggy ass area. I think everybody does that. I genuinely believe everybody does it that plays this game. Even if the character they choose isn't necessarily the best one for them. The first character I ever played was actually a rogue. I played a human rogue. I got to like level 13 or something. And then decided I don't like humans, I wanted to be a zombie. So I went to Horde again. I made a rogue. And then I think me and a couple of friends one time decided, oh, let's all level new characters together kind of thing. By the way, that never actually works. Anytime someone says, oh, let's level characters together, it'll be fun. You tend to play for one day, get to level 20, go to bed that night, and then you never play the characters together ever again. That's always the case. The only time that hasn't been the case is with myself and yourself. I've never managed to do that with anybody else, and I've played this game for a long time. Because I actually like, oh, that's it, yeah. Like, genuinely, it's never ever happened that way ever in the history of World of Warcraft for anybody ever. But we've managed to do that on the same characters for 3 expansions. That again creates more of an attachment. I couldn't level my priest like without your rogue. That would just be weird now. If I was going to do that, I'd literally level a new priest. I'd literally recreate a priest and level it up from 1. Which again, going back to what I was saying before, sometimes I have obviously played different characters through different expansions and whatever. Sometimes in the same expansion, I've had three priests all on different servers, all at max level and nothing else. I've had a Horde one and an Alliance one. Let's play Horde Storm Scale because that was the place to be for Hordes, for PvP and whatever. I had a priest on Outland Alliance because that was the Alliance place to be. I then had another priest on Draenor because that's where the twinking place was to be, and I needed a high level character there in order to fund my twink. So again, I had another priest. And then, yeah, and also on Draenor, that's a good raiding server. Not that I ever raided back then at all. It's a shame, I was never really into the raids back in the day. I was never really into rated arena or stuff as such either. I was sort of just a dosser. Although I was very good at the game in both ways, and I've definitely proven that now. I can how did Priest become your favourite? Genuinely, right? Years and years ago when I first started playing the game, it was actually Hayden's dad had a set of characters because he played the game before me and my friends ever did. And he had characters on his screen at his house. Obviously, he had warlocks, druids, rogues, warriors, whatever else, and they were all max level and they all had gear. Not mega gear in any way, but he basically had one of every character at max level. And you look through all the characters and I was like, that one's the coolest. And it was a priest. I even remember the name of the priest. He had an undead priest and it was called Father Jack. Pretty funny priest name, I guess. I was like, right, I'm making a priest then. So I literally went home that night and I made a troll priest. And I played it for well, yeah, for a long while. I still have that character today. It's not a troll anymore. It's been server transferred a couple of times and faction changed a couple of times and whatever else. I'm pretty sure it's an undead priest on Draenor at the minute. I think that's the one I transferred over to help with my twink. But then I've never played that character as a standalone character. I sort of played it as a twink funder. But then I since obviously leveled new priests on different servers, being Stormscale and Outland and whatever else. And I think it became my favourite because, yes, one, the first thing that made me play it to start with, I thought that looks cool. What made me stick to it was I was good at it. Like, especially during Wrath of the Lich King, I soon figured I'm pretty good at this character, and I stuck with it through Cataclysm, Mists of Pandaria. Mists of Pandaria was really cool for priests. Yeah, I didn't play. Realistically, I didn't play another character other than a priest for 4 expansions straight. Other than twinks and lower level characters. But it genuinely was a thing, yeah. I was pretty good with it. I think that's the thing, again though, whatever your first character is and you start playing it and whatever else, then you go into a new character thinking, oh, I want to spice things up a little bit. But spicing things up, you sort of reset your own skill level, if you know what I mean. Like you going from a rogue onto a Deathknight. You don't know how to play a Deathknight. You don't know what the buttons do on a Deathknight. Even I don't know what the buttons do on a Deathknight from looking at them. Yeah, like looking at my bars here, I can see what they are and what they do. So I think I've learned that just over time and whatever. But on a priest, I can tell you exactly what they are, exactly what they do. Which you should hope that is the case, right? I can do that on rogue. I can do that on mage. If I was to jump into a warlock or a druid, I wouldn't have a clue how to play those characters even now. How many characters have I made overall on WoW though, I reckon? No idea. Genuinely no idea. Probably not that many. Less than 100. By made, do you mean created a character, or do you mean actually played it? Because I've created hundreds of characters and I never played them. Like, I've created characters, leveled them to 20 or 30 and then never played them again. Does that even count? Or are we talking stuff that was actually useful in some way? See, that's one thing I've never done ever, is tank a raid. I have never ever tanked a raid. I got caught. Played him to 20 counts as making him. Probably not that many then, to be fair. Maybe 50. Probably not even 50. Then again, if you were talking what you'd be more in recognition with being like a classic character, either classic or Burning Crusade or even Wrath of the Lich King leveling style stuff, yes, playing to 20 could be quite a commitment in order to play a character to 20, whereas on retail, leveling up to 20 takes about 3 minutes. Like, I don't count that as making a character. Whereas from your perspective, I do understand why you would have said that. Definitely situational there. Like, there's some classes and specs that I've played and I know and I understand. There's other classes and specs that I've never played. Or I have played, but still not to a point where I could tell myself. I've leveled characters. I think I've leveled one of every class up at least to whatever the max level is at the time. I'm pretty sure.
Great to meet you.
I wouldn't consider myself a player of that class as such. I think
Watch your back.
some of them I've
How are you?
played so minimalistically that I still have,
Watch your
even though
back.
I've leveled all the way up to the max level on them, I still don't know what the character even does. Namely, like, well, a lot of characters actually. I think yes, I could say I've played priest, mage, rogue. I've dabbled in other things.
You got my attention. Watch your back. Here there.
Deathknight might even be my 4th most played. Druid as restoration, probably my 5th most played, but any other spec of druid I've never played. Like, ever. I've never played a feral druid. I've never played a boomkin druid. I've never played a tank druid. I have played a tank. I've leveled a tank druid. Just going through dungeons, spamming swipe, literally one button. I've leveled a druid like that. If that counts. I'd say I've played a Deathknight because I had a level 70 twink Deathknight. I leveled it up from 55 to 70 because I wanted a level 70 twink, and it started at level 55, and I was lazy. And I thought, you know what, I could do the 15 levels, but I can't be asked doing 70 levels. So I could say yes, I've played Deathknight quite a decent amount. To some extent, I've never played proper Deathknight. Like a paladin, I have no idea how to play a paladin. Shaman, I've dabbled in shaman, not really know how to play it. Druid, no idea. Warlock, I haven't got a clue. Hunter, I've tried to play Hunter a few times. I've even leveled a Hunter up to 55 on Classic. So yes, I've played Hunter again. No idea. I remember, in fact, Miss Pandaria, I leveled a Hunter up to max level and barely touched it. Because again, I didn't care for it.
I will hear you.
I think I leveled it on a random server that Hayden was on. Because he played there or whatever and said level a character here, so I just leveled a random Hunter. Did you see a priest, mage, and rogue other players you're confident with? Yes, absolutely.
What can I do for you?
Priest, absolutely, definitely. Mage, absolutely, definitely. Rogue, yes, in PvE content. I'm not confident on a rogue in PvP at all.
What can I do for you? See you around.
Pretty mid PvP. I think you haven't played a lot of PvP. I think you've done very little PvP. I don't think it's the understanding of your own character that's your issue in PvP. I think it's the understanding of other people's characters. Like, yes, I think you understand what your character is doing. I don't think you've had the experience to know what everybody else is doing against you, or what I'm doing as well in order to help us. Again, that's a game knowledge experience thing. You just sort of learn it over time. Like, you understand what characters' abilities are and what's important. Like for example, I don't need to know that an enemy rogue is using Sinister Strike. I don't need to know that, but I do need to know if they've used Cloak of Shadows or if they've used a Shadow Step. Because if they've used a shadow step and I get my fear off, then they're miles away from me and can't get back to me. Whereas if I fear them before they've used a shadow step, then they can shadow step back to me. It's a completely different scenario. So it's one of the things I need to know when a rogue's use that kind of ability. That's pretty much how PvP works. You sort of have to know what everybody's got, what they've used. Have they got trinkets? Have they got whatever, you know what I mean? I think you understand my character a lot. That was probably a bad example, to be fair. Yeah. But if I was to, for example, not play my priest and play a paladin, would you understand? Would you understand what I'm doing to help you in that situation? Because I know I wouldn't. At this point, I genuinely wouldn't know. I think you could play a disciplined priest as good as you could play your rogue. I genuinely think that. Burning Crusade PvP was actually so hard. It just was. I'll admit it, I struggled.
Hey there. Be careful. Greetings. Have a good one.
I actually even tried in like arenas to, in theory, help the situation of whatever my team is playing. Say a 3v3 team of rogue mage priest works really good, but if you do rogue warlock priest, it's a bit weird because then you got two people that fear, and fear has the same diminishing returns and stuff and whatever. It doesn't work so good. So instead of using a priest, you would use, say, a druid. So I tried playing a druid, and I just feel like I'm nowhere near as effective, even though I know it's the same. It works good, and that team will work better with a druid instead of a priest. But I work better on the priest instead of the druid. I've nearly done half a level here already, you know. She might have a temperature. She's not doing too good. You think maybe that's why she was up all night? Even though she was okay.
Greetings. See you later. You need something? See you later.
Yeah, I'll come up. Bear with me. Right, boys and girls, duty calls. I'm gonna peace out for a while.